Hello Leo darlings, welcome to your reading with the Plant Spirit Ally for the month of March. We're going to be looking at what plant will help you, assist you, bolster you up and get you through this month in particular. We are looking at the illustrated herbary from Maya Toll. Let's just jump on in. What's Leo got this month? Okay, self-heal, ripple outward. That's quite watery for you darlings. That might align with what's going on this month. So let's have a bigger look at the beautiful book version so you can get stones, ripples. Interesting. So let's see what she has to say. Pretty prunella, my teacher used to murmur to this tiny flower with her fuzzy leaves and snapdragon face. Prunella, or self-heal, is a wee thing, small in the ways of butterflies whose flapping wings can stir a hurricane half a world away. Like a pebble dropped in a pond, self-heal ripples outwards, allowing healing to begin. She reminds you that one properly placed shift, no matter how small, creates concentric circles of effect, each amplifying change. Self-heal knows how to find the centre from which all else flows. Ripple out from here, she whispers, as she helps you find the secret of your own true healing. As self-heal appears, it's time to drop the pebble into the pool. The reflection here is, what energy do you radiate? What energy do you radiate? Each of us is a pebble dropped into the pond of our family, friends, community and world. Looking beyond your everyday work in the world, ask yourself, what ripples emanate from the pebble that is you? What is your soul's purpose? What do you dream of becoming? What energy do you radiate as you walk through life? What energy would you like to radiate? The quote here is by Desmond Tutu and says, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. The ritual is for centering. Self-heal reminds you to center, because from that place, a small change can make a significant difference. When your life is out of balance, you're rarely operating from your core. Sometimes you get so stuck in your head that you forget you have a core at all, so let's remedy that. Find a comfortable place to sit. Take a few deep breaths. With each inhalation, coax your breath lower until you feel it landing deeper into your lower lungs. Now imagine each breath is a small pebble of light dropping into your middle. No one drop is particularly large, but drop by drop they accumulate until your core is filled with light. Allow the light to ripple outwards through your body into a concentric circle, carrying self-heal's gentle changes. Okay, so there's a few things going on here which are quite interesting. And the first one being like, it might be a kind of soul-searching kind of month for you, which is a little bit abstract. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult one for me to put into words, but I'm going to absolutely try my best. So the first thing is this kind of idea of, who are you? Who do you want to become? These are big soul-based questions. And there is something here about the personality, and we've been talking about this on Patreon, so I'm going to try and give you an overview without giving away too much of that information, which is that the personality is a creation. At any given point, who you are with different people is going to be different. Who you are in the face of your lover is different from who you are in the face of your friends and your family and business and strangers and so on and so forth. You present a different version of yourself, a different ripple if you like, and they're all a part of you and they are all true. And your actions can often make the truth of your personality far more than who you are internally, because your actions is your personality going forth externally into the world. So again, it's interesting you're the only second one that has kind of like a focus on the external and the way you ripple forth, but your reading is very much based in this kind of healing energy. But it's kind of a subdued, quiet kind of healing, which is not necessarily the natural way of Leo energy, because that there is that kind of being on the stage, being forward thinking, being loud, proud, and in charge. And that's not always the case, depending on other, placements and things. But it is very much almost at odds kind of with this, because the self-heal is like, I'm inoffensive, I'm helpful, I'm humble. Some consider that the Druids use the self-heal herb that they gather at the new moon when the dog star was rising, when it would be blooming, to treat magical illness, such as being fairy stuck. It is so associated with the rune Ingwas and the tarot card Judgment. Some like to include it in a purifying floor wash. It has been a part of the hunter's magic, as was made into a drink consumed to sharpen the eyes before hunting. Generally, we can see from different cultures for wounds, it's again associated with Venus, which a lot of the plants have been. It's been that's a thing across the board. There's been a lot of Venus energy, a lot of that kind of watery energy here. So if we're associating it with judgment and things coming to a point, if we're kind of associating it with a kind of conclusion energy in a way, we were having a look at our actions, the way we've been acting and reacting in the world so far this year, how we've been creating a sense of self, the places that we don't feel are true. So have you been presenting too much of a face to the outside world because you want to be included, or you want to be liked or loved, and it's going against your soul purpose in some way? Are you dreaming things into being? Are you connecting with your true inner self, your authenticity, or do you need to readjust and reevaluate for that? Do you need to recenter, like the card suggests? So there is a level of healing for you going through this month, and I don't feel like it's going to be. It's not loud and proud at all. It's a cooling herb. It repairs. It creates a structure. It, interestingly enough, is associated with the summer solstice in some cases. So I think really for you, I'm really looking at this energy of self-love first. I feel like what's happening behind this card is there's been too much of a focus on being lovable and not self-love, and really healing some of the issues around that for you. And that's going to be quiet and contemplative, which might make you feel a little bit at odds with the world for a bit. It's not your natural state for you possibly, but sometimes we all need those reflections, and we need to take time out in nature and things of that nature. Nature, to readjust ourselves and our priorities back to what feels true and from a place of heart space. Many blessings, darlings. If you would like more, you can of course find a weekly reading on Patreon, as well as, if you're on the correct tier, a monthly personal reading there too. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising sign for further information, and many blessings.